Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. If you're new to the page, go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell. As you could see, I have a kind of a new set design behind me. I'm going to explain that at the end of this video, but we need to talk about what's going on in the market today, right? As you can see, I have been working all morning on reset. There's a million chords that you can't see. And I just been working on upgrading the studio and getting ready for my new page. But we'll talk about that afterwards. Okay, so stick with me, good people. All right, let's see what happened in the market. Let's see here. Let's look at what's going on, right? Now, after hours, the market has closed, and as you could see, the Dow is slightly up, S&P, and the Nasdaq. So all green, but I would call this flat. I wouldn't call this a bullish day. I would just call it a neutral day. Nor the Bears nor the Bulls won on today's market fight. Okay, market battle. Now we know what's coming this week. We know the FOMC meeting is coming this week. We also know that the Fed's rate decision is coming. When? This week. So they'll both be this week. FOMC meeting, you guys know, is usually on a Wednesday, a 2-day event. But we're going to see what days they are. So I'm not saying it's on Wednesday. We'll see when it's going to be. So let's talk about a few things, right? A few stock I want to discuss. Now, ARM. Let's talk about ARM. As you can see, ARM is down. Actually, after hours, right now, well, it's down 4.5% today. Okay, ARM is one of those stock that I was cautioning a lot of people, and it is weird that right after I was cautioning a lot of people, somebody just said I loaded up on ARM. And I was just like, really? You can't short it right now. Why would you load up on an IPO after everything we discussed, right? And I know, you watch these other news channels, some of them, and they overhype things and they don't give you all of the facts. Well, I'm gonna just deal with ARM for a minute. I'm gonna talk about a stock that is up 1,000% since the beginning of this year, and we're just going to just do a deep dive into some of these stocks. Let's look at ARMs. All right, ARM, not arms, ARM, just one arm, not plural arms. All right, so I just jotted down some pros and some cons to ARM as a whole. Now, I want some ARM in my portfolio. I do, but not now and not at this price, right? So I took a picture. Look at this, good people. Look at that. Do you see? Up and then the fall off, right? And so this is one of the things that I was telling people that got excited that even the next day after the IPO, initial public offering, that it was green. And I'm like, give it a month, right? Give it a month. Now, I'm not making this video to say I told you so. I'm making this video because one day you're going to see me buy ARM, and I'm going to show you why, but just not now, right? I wrote a few things down. ARM opened at $56.10. Now, ARM was supposed to open at $51, but by the time you and I could get it, it was at $56.10. All right. Here's some of the pros about ARM, the company. 70% of global products use products with ARM's technology. Just think about that. 70% of the global population, uses products with ARM's technology. Just think about that. 70% of the global population, that addressable market is insane. All right. They could expand their reach deeper into electric vehicles. And that's where they have a lot of growth. And if they get into the electric vehicles heavier, they're into it now, then you're talking about a huge addressable market. Just remember, EVs take twice as many chips as a gas vehicle does, twice as many. And a gas vehicle has over 1,000 chips per vehicle. Then you could see how much growth they have in the EV area. Okay. Look at this. Automobile shares grew. That's automobile shares of ARM grew from 33% in 2020 to now over 40% by year's end. That's how much ARM has grown in the automobile sector, right? From 33% by the end of 2020 to now over 40% by the end of last year. So ARM is rapidly growing in the automobile industry, okay? ARM could be a huge player in the AI space. These are some of the reasons why I am going to purchase some ARM, just not now, okay? ARM could also be in the beginning stages of mimicking a company like NVIDIA, right? So ARM could be in the beginning stages, but it's not going to be a straight line up, right? As you can see, like I said, it's going to do this and then come down, right? Too much hype. The valuation right now is too much, okay? ARM's chips are energy efficient and uses less heat, right? So that's why they're good for data centers and cell phones. So yes, they have the cell phone market, but just remember that the cell phone market has actually been going down. Now, this new Apple phone, this new Apple release, sorry if I'm too loud. Actually the demand is higher than they thought, right? So you're going to see Apple just kind of do this up and down, up and down, up and down. I know I ordered mine and they're already on back order. Okay. All right. Here's some of the cons. They have a heavy dependence on China. SoftBank owns over 90% of its holdings, right? They have a 180-day lockout period to which they can't sell. That's SoftBank. They can't sell their shares. So that's good that they have a lockout period to where they can't sell. So, but what's happening is why I'm scared of it is they own 90% of their holdings. So if they do sell, it could really be a downward catalyst for ARMs, right? So that's one of the cons that I don't like. It ran up too quick, like I showed you guys, right? And number one, it is overvalued. It's just an overvalued stock. So those are the pros and cons of ARM. And like I said, yes, I will be getting ARM, but I expect it's going to continue to cool off. And let's see if we could check it one more time after hours. And as we could see, it continues to fall. Now it's down to 57 bucks, right? And we're literally getting back. Let's go 5 days. And we're literally getting back to where we started. Look at that. Look at that. And let's face it. You guys know that somebody bought it up here. And now they're down 15%. This happens every IPO. Look at that, right? And so now, but for the person that bought it here and ran it up and cashed out, they made 17%. But the downside of that is somebody bought it there and they still have it. And now they're down like we just showed you. Okay, so these are some of the things I want to talk about. ARM. And yeah, there it is right there. Look at that, good people. Yep. Some of the stuff that we talked about, right? So now I'm going to move to Carvana. I want to talk about Carvana for a minute. I'm talking about Carvana because a lot of people have questions about ticker symbol HE, Hawaiian Electric. And I want you guys to know something about charts, okay? Charts, a big news catalyst can wreck charts, totally wreck charts. So we have to be careful. Charts don't know everything. Like if the CEO takes the governing body of a company, the CFO, and they all walk out and they plan like a coup, charts, there was impossible for charts to know that was going to happen ahead of it all, right? And so that could cause to just blow the charts up, right? And so I just want you guys to know that anything could happen when you are in a situation like Hawaiian Electric, where you have all of these lawsuits, okay? So I just want you guys to know that. All right, so let's look at Carvana, right? Carvana is 51 bucks. The reason why I want you guys to look at Carvana is because year to date, Carvana is up 1,000%. Look at that, good people. Carvana is up 1,000% this year. That is insane. Insane. And I wish I was in on that at the beginning of it all right? We saw it heading towards bankruptcy, right? But I want you guys to read this. Let me blow this up because there's two things I want you guys to see, right? So when you Google what happened to shares, and remember, it's not one size fit all, right? Look at this. A bankrupt company will almost certainly have its shares delisted by the NASDAQ or the New York Stock Exchange, but the shares might still trade on over-the-counter markets, all right? OTC markets. So the shares could still trade. We just don't know what decision, okay? And then look at this. How did Carvana avoid bankruptcy? All right. Conclusion. Carvana just announced. Now this was in July 19th. Okay. So they avoided by what? Restructuring debt. That's why if you would have got in at the beginning of the year, you would be up 1,000%. Okay. So now we still got to see where Carvana is going. Now, on the other day, I told you because of the UAW strike that Carvana could be a gainer in this space, okay? And so far, it's still flat, right? Let's see where it's been over the last 5 days. So slightly up, see? Slightly up by 4%, but not much. But Carvana, on the announcement of it, what was that? That was September 13th. From September 13th, it had a nice little 14% pop. You see that? And so that was some of the things that I was talking about that could be good for the UAW strike. Also, too, I want to show you guys this, and then I'm going to get to what I really want to talk about. If you guys say, Larry's a little off, I'm going to explain why at the end. All right. So look, let's look at ARM at the bottom. Remember, I bought a share so we could track it. And as you can see now, I'm only up 3%. I was up as much as 20%. And I'm still holding this share just to study it. And now I'm only up 3.5%. And I expect to lose that too. But I'm just going to hold it so we can see what happens with it. All right. So now let's go to SNA, which was a play. Look at the top there. There was a play that I shorted. I shorted it. And what happened was I got stumped out. My stop loss got stumped out. How many of you guys moved your stop loss up like I told you on Friday? And how many of you guys got stumped out in profit? Leave me a comment, right? And so today I got back in because this is not over. And right after I got back in, it went to up 8%, as we could see. And so that's why it's important to, set your stop losses. I don't mind getting stumped out of my stop loss in profit. It just helps you to protect your profits. Okay. And as the price of the stock moves up, so does my stop loss moved up. Okay. For those of you that were in the Discord, leave me a comment if you saw me post that in the Discord. As a matter of fact, let's talk about the Discord for a minute. I just reset this, so I pray that I do this correctly. There we go. Listen, there is a link below for the Discord. Come join the stock squad as Keenan, myself, Mo, and Stocks with Josh. We all discuss this in real time. I'm going to spend a little time in the Patreon tonight and talk with you guys. Okay. So that is the Patreon. And then let's see here. If you've been investing since COVID, you need to take Stock Up You. Stock Up You. Click the link below and pay yourself by learning more and earning more. We have put together all of these great ladies and gentlemen to help you be a better trader. We got charting with Stocks with Josh, options with Keenan Grace, basic fundamentals with Larry Jones and Stock Curry, and Mommy Trader is teaching you dividends. That's Stock Up You. Click the top link below in the description. All right, so lastly, this is Moo Moo Monday. Make sure you check out Moo Moo. It's Moo Moo Monday. All three of these links will be in the description below. All right, I'm trying to reset some of this stuff, so forgive me. I'm going to condense some of this stuff so it's not as long. All right, so let me talk to you guys what I want to talk to you guys about. I spent a lot of money on my set to make it look professional, and I tried to come to you guys in a successful way. I'll be honest with you guys. I feel like I feel like David fighting a giant, before he had the slingshot in the rock. I have another page that I was going to talk about the other stuff on, right? Stuff that is not pertaining to stocks, stuff that I could just, speak what's on my mind, because I have a lot to talk about that has nothing to do with stocks, right? And so I got this other page that I made so I can, do my inspirational stuff and just talk about stuff that has nothing to do with stocks. And so I played with it on yesterday and I uploaded a video. There it is. I uploaded a video just talking about Kirk Franklin. He put out a little mini movie. And I thought it was something that would help, dads and stuff. And I'll be honest with you, when I went over there after I bought all of this, some more mics and lighting, I just wanted to, switch it up between the two shows. The truth be told, I looked over there and they had demonetized the page. Now, I haven't posted anything on the page in over a year. And started this page, haven't posted anything in over a year. And then I go over there and it's demonetized. And I'm not gonna lie, it took all of the wind out of me. It just did. It just did. I just feel like I'm just fighting this battle. And then, the videos on this page getting squeezed, and it's just such a battle. And I know what it is, right? I tell the truth. I tell the truth about, the people that run this country. I just look you guys in the eye and I tell you the truth. And I talk about God, which, is almost against the law to talk about anymore. Everybody could talk about what they talk about. Just don't mention God, right? We can talk about anything. And that's all I do is talk about love, loving all people. That means loving men and loving women. That means loving a straight man as well as loving a gay man or a gay woman. That means loving every creation, right? That doesn't mean that everything that people do is right. It just means that I come in a place of love. I tell the truth in the place of love. And so I get it. This is all about advertisers, and they have to provide their advertisers with content that align with the advertiser's core values. Get it? And I get it. So what I was going to do was just talk about this stuff on my other page and just keep this to stocks. And then I go over there and without no email, no warning, no nothing, it's demonetized and it's demonetized. And all of the videos that's on there, that's all positive, doesn't say anything. I never talk about hate. I never talk about, I always talk about love. We all have our rights. And, I really don't say anything that far out of line. So I don't get it why I got demonetized. And to be honest with you, man, your boy is tired, man, because it's nerve-wracking when you spend so much money and so much time to build something. And I don't want to be average. My biggest fear in this world is to die average. I don't want to die average. God didn't wire me that way. I'm supposed to create, but in more than creating, I'm supposed to empower. I never say I'm an influencer. I say I'm an empowerer. And so that is my heart of hearts. So I don't know. I just putting that out there. We're family. I just wanted to talk about it because that's what's on my heart. Right. And so, I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. So if today I seem a little out of it, man, I feel like Goliath just knocked the wind out of me. But I'm not giving up. I'm still David, looking for my smooth stone and my rock. I'm going to continue to be me as I try to figure this thing out. Listen, say a prayer for me. And if you don't mind, continue to share my page. I'm not going to let anybody just put out my light, and that's it. So I'm going to leave it right there. I love you guys. Make sure you check out all the links below. I'm going to tighten all of this stuff up with the links and all of that. I'm going to make it shorter, and I try to put it in the middle. I don't want to be over salesy and all of that, but I'm just trying to make it all make sense. You guys know what I'm saying, right? And it's rough when you see 2/3 of your revenues get squeezed, and you're trying, right, to grow. But I will say I do appreciate this comment. I asked this question on yesterday, and someone stated, "Hey, start the class, stock up you. Wish I've learned some of these things earlier. I realized I was just gambling." Shake my head. Got to thank you. You're welcome. And that goes to the weekend video where I do my inspirational. What I was talking about is to stop trading and start learning by investing in yourself. And so I am going to continue with that message, especially in this month, right? And now we have the FOMC meeting and everything else. So I'm going to continue to giving you guys the best of me. But your boy I ain't going to lie and say the wind is not out of me, because this fight has been all this year, right? But we're going to see. So I'm reaching out to YouTube. If anyone hears this from YouTube, and just tell me why you demonetized the other page. There is nothing on that entire page that says anything negative against any race, any sex, nothing. So, but if I have to just go over there and just do it, then so be it. But I have other things that I want to talk about. I'm going to leave it right there, good people. I love you guys. Say a prayer for your boy. Live, love, laugh, and learn.